Whatever. It's one of the most dismissive words in digital communication, and most of the time, it doesn't even look aggressive. It looks tired. It looks short. It looks like someone just wants to move on. But that's exactly what makes it powerful. Because whatever rarely means agreement. It rarely means resolution. Most of the time, it means the person has decided the conversation isn't worth continuing. And that decision changes everything. In face-to-face conversation, dismissal usually shows up through body language. Someone looks away. Their tone shifts. Their posture closes. You can feel the withdrawal. But in text, all of that collapses into a single word, whatever. It signals emotional exit without formally ending the conversation. That's why it feels heavier than it looks. Most people don't send whatever when they're calm. They send it when they're frustrated but don't want to explain why, or when they feel unheard, or when they've decided arguing won't change anything. It's not engagement, it's resignation. There's research in communication psychology that shows perceived dismissiveness increases relational tension more than direct disagreement. In other words, people would rather be argued with than ignored. Being dismissed triggers more stress than open conflict because it removes the opportunity for clarity. That's what whatever does. It closes the door without locking it. The person receiving it is left wondering, is this over? Are they upset? Should I respond? Should I push? Nothing explicit was said, but something clearly shifted. That shift is the whole point. Whatever protects the sender from vulnerability. They don't have to articulate frustration. They don't have to explain disappointment. They don't have to risk being misunderstood. But it transfers the emotional uncertainty to the other person. And in digital communication, uncertainty spreads quickly. Now, not every use of whatever is passive-aggressive. Sometimes it genuinely means indifference. Sometimes it's playful. Context matters. But when it appears after tension, disagreement, or unmet expectations, it functions as withdrawal. It says, I'm done investing energy here. That's why the tone feels heavy, even though the word is small. So how do you respond to it? Not by escalating, not by matching tone, not by trying to force emotional clarity. The strongest response is composure. You don't chase someone who just stepped back. You respond to what was written, not what was implied. If the conversation truly needs clarity, you can calmly invite it. If it doesn't, you let it rest. Because the real danger of a word like whatever isn't the dismissal itself. It's the temptation to overreact to it. Digital conversations get distorted when people start responding to subtext instead of substance. The more grounded person keeps the tone steady, and that steadiness shifts the dynamic. So the next time you see whatever in a message, don't rush to decode it. Notice the context. Notice the timing. Notice whether it's part of a pattern. Then respond, or don't, from clarity, not emotion. Because calm presence carries more weight than dismissal ever will.